Good evening. Welcome to the Falls Township Zoning Board hearing for Tuesday, March 14th. Can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? It is May 14th, people. I'm going backwards in time. Okay. Keith?
You want to do board and do introductions?
Oh, sure. All right. I'm going to do some introduction for you. To my left, I have Chris Kilmer. To his left, I have Nastasia Raisley. Over to her left, I have Matt Takita from the Township. I also have Diane Beret. To my right, I have Keith Bibleymeyer, who is our attorney. I have Aaron Mackey to his right, and I have Karen Browndorf, who is our court reporter. On Zoom, I have Bill Kerning. Okay. Oh, and I am being informed Ed Neubauer is also on Zoom from the Township. Okay, Keith.
Yes, Madam Chair, we have a couple of continuance requests in regards to petition number 3, Pro Group Properties LLC. We received correspondence from Bryce McGuigan, the attorney who represents applicant, requesting a continuance until the June 10th meeting. So that needs a motion and a second.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to continue these?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Now, in regards to petition number 4, 14 One Steel Road, we also received we received a letter from Bryce McGuigan requesting a continuance until the June 10th meeting. That would also need a motion and a second.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Petition number 1, Glen and Jodi Musse, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, 401 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, 19030, TMP number 13-007-045, zoned NCR, requesting dimensional variances to allow an addition to increase the surface coverage to 2,943 square feet instead of the allowable 2,822 square feet, and to allow a front yard setback of 21 feet instead of the required 25 feet, section 209-20.f and table 1. Good evening. Would you like to state your name and spell it for our court reporter, please?
Yes, my name is Jodi Musse, Jodimusse.
And can you speak up a little bit and come closer to the mic, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Madam Chair, we can mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB 1 along with the accompanying statement. 2 will be a permit denial letter from Falls Township. 3 will be a plan for the proposed addition. 4 is an impervious calculation sheet. 5 will be proof that the property was posted as required. 6 will be the applicant and neighbor notification letters as required, sent from Falls Township. 7 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times. I'm satisfied the appropriate notice have been satisfied, and this matter can proceed.
Thank you. Yes.
Good evening. We are asking for forgiveness for building into the front yard setback, exceeding impervious surface by 121 square feet, which is only 4% over the impervious surface. We are planning to remove an existing 9 by 20 front porch and replacing it with a 12 by 20 addition. This will not affect any sight of vision and will be very appealing to the eye. As our family ages, it becomes difficult to deal with one bathroom. With the location of the existing sewer, this is no other feasible location for the addition of the bathroom, and we plan on moving the washer from the existing kitchen into the front as well.
Okay. I will open this up to board comment. Chris?
I don't have any at this time.
Nastasia?
No comment.
Bill?
I have none.
Aaron?
Sure, just a quick question. So the existing front porch, the sort of 9-foot by 40-foot porch, presumably there's a concrete slab underneath
Yes,
that?
correct.
And when you say you're going to get rid of it, is that concrete slab coming up?
Yes, and then they're going to replace it with the footers.
Okay, I just
and-
want to make sure that your impervious coverage calculation included that going away.
Yes,
Okay, great, thanks.
All right.
Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you, Aaron. You're removing the whole front porch or just part of the front porch?
half of the front porch.
Okay, so the other half is still remaining?
Correct.
So I'm assuming your addition is where the bushes are on the other side of your porch?
Correct, yes.
And do you have a tree there too that has to be,
No, the tree will remain.
the tree will remain, it fits behind the tree? Okay. And it looks like you're doing something in the back, you're just taking something down and rebuilding it the same size?
Correct.
All right, I have no other further questions. Do I have anything from the township? Do I have anything from the public? Would you like to please come up here? I need you to state your name and spell it for our court reporter so she can spell it.
Hi, Kathleen, Kathleen, Bird, B-I-R-D, Zebrowski, Z-E-B-R-O-W-S-K-I.
Okay. Oh, we need your address too, I'm sorry.
Oh, 363 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills.
Thank you. And please come closer to that mic, we can hardly hear you sometimes up here, I'm sorry.
Like, move it
No,
down.
that's okay.
Down a little
It's
bit.
like
You can move it down.
There we go.
Thank you.
short. Go ahead, or? I do. Okay. I understand that the setback, I have a request for a stipulation if it's possible, and I believe it was already agreed to. So we have a fence between the houses, and we would like the fence to stay as is and not be extended when the house is extended.
Okay. So you are the property on the one side of them, I'm assuming, where the addition's coming in?
On the left side.
On the left
Looking at the house, we're on the left-hand side.
Okay, so where the addition is coming in is where, that's the side that you're on?
Correct.
So you're concerned that they have a fence, that they might extend it further into the yard, and you don't want that to happen?
Extend it further closer to Austin Drive once the proposed addition is built.
Okay.
So here's the thing, so I guess, so is it your fence or it's their fence?
It's their fence.
It's their fence. And the fence so what I understand is the fence currently only goes as far as the current dimensions of the house.
Right.
And your concern is just if they expand the dimensions of the house, will they at some point, either as part of this project or later, expand their fence? But
Right.
the question is, even if they weren't doing the addition, they could still, property owner can extend their fence as far as up until whatever the setbacks are. Correct, right? So I guess the fence is currently, so I guess I don't see where the fence is. Hang on, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, so the fence is up to the front of the house, not the
Okay.
porch. So then if they take out the porch and then extend the front of the house, is the fence allowed to be up to the front of the house?
Mr. Keating, can you answer that, please?
The fence can extend up to the front of the house. So they could have a 6-foot fence at that location.
So if they put the addition on their house, they can extend their fence?
They can extend the fence up to 25 feet. So the front yard setback is 25 feet. That fence can go up to that setback line.
As it is right now, the picture I'm looking at, is it the white fence?
Yes.
So it looks like even right now, if they wanted, without an addition, if they wanted to extend their fence, they can.
I thought it was up to the front of the house, excluding the porch.
Fences can extend up
Excluding
to
the porch?
the front yard setback. which is
Excluding the
25 feet.
porch?
Pardon me?
Is excluding the porch?
The existing porch would be considered part of the house.
Okay.
And Mr. Key, I think we're talking about two different things. So one question is, can the fence extend to the beginning of the house? And what you're saying is the fence can extend up into the front yard setback? Is that
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so from the curb to the front of the house, that fence can go in the first 25 feet? It can't go in the first 25 feet,
Correct, it can go up to that point,
correct? And they can start from there?
correct.
Now, maybe the applicant can answer this, maybe that they're not even gonna extend it, it might alleviate a lot of this if they wanna
Would you like to
address
come
it.
back?
Yeah, so I believe you already discussed it.
Just to save some time if it's, we don't plan on moving the fence.
Additionally, it sounds like even if you did plan to move that fence, if you were to move it to this new, to match it to the proposed addition, you'd be then at 21 feet, which you'd have to come back and ask for another
Right.
variance to be a part of that setback.
Correct.
And they would need a permit too.
Correct.
Yeah, and this was already discussed, but again, I'm requesting a stipulation if possible.
Well, it doesn't sound like we need a stipulation, so.
Oh, no?
So given what we just went through,
Okay,
the existing stipulation is that the fence doesn't extend past that 25-foot setback. So if they were to move it up, then they would have to come back here and ask for that.
okay,
As a
so it's
further
there,
variance.
so it's there right now, it's at that
The
25 foot.
25-foot setback.
It's there
as-
right now.
As per of code, already exists, and so that would provide that.
Okay. Okay, all right, so then it's already at the setback.
Well, no, what he's saying is that you can't go 25 feet. So they would extend into that, so they wouldn't be able to push out to the end of the new addition. They would have to stop midway because it was too much. If they wanted to continue with the fence past that, they would have to come back before us and ask for a variance to do that. So right now, it's in place that they can't do it unless they come before us again.
Okay, so it needs to stay as is.
They can extend it a little more, but not very much.
Okay. And that's, I guess, what we were agreed to. So, okay, so then
So
we don't
that's
need,
already
so we don't
part
need
of
to
the
have a
code that already
stipulation?
exists.
Huh?
So it's part of the code that's already existing. So if they, like I said, if they planned on putting that any further, they would have to come back before us.
No, it's any further than it is right now.
25 feet.
So-
25 feet
So
from
again,
the-
I'm looking at the
Okay.
picture and I'm looking at the plan. Right now, it looks like that fence is at least 24 plus 9 inches, feet, sorry. It looks like that fence is currently 33 feet off the property boundary. They could, within code, come up to 25. So they could build an additional 8 feet, but they couldn't go all the way to where the new proposed addition is, because that would be then 4 feet encroaching into that 25-foot
Right.
boundary.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just trying to be precise, because you're saying, oh, they can't build. No, they could build a bit, but they can't, under the existing restriction, go all the way to the front of the
Correct.
new proposed addition.
Correct. And that difference is the stipulation that we were requesting. So, but it is agreed to already,
Okay,
so.
so we're
okay.
good. Where's that?
As long, okay, so we're agreed to already? Yeah?
There is no plans to move the fence.
Excellent.
Right. actually.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right.
I think we sit,
Yeah,
everybody's in agreement at this point about the
Perfect.
fence. Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Do I have any other board comment or questions? Do I have any other public comment or questions? I don't see anybody. Do I have a motion to accept this petition?
I will go ahead and make that motion. I move that the application of Glen and Jodi Musse, requesting dimensional variances from section 209-20.f and table 1 of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to allow an addition to increase the surface coverage to 2,943 square feet instead of the allowable 2,822 square feet, and to allow a front yard setback of 21 feet instead of the required 25 feet at the property located at 401 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills, PA 19030, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Aaron, can you please pull the board?
Sure. Bill,
Yes.
Nastasha,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Laney,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
Your petition has been granted. You'll be receiving something from the township. Thank you. Petition number 2, Christopher and Joanna Thompson, 736 South Olds Boulevard, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, 19030. TMP number 13-016-417, zoned NCR, requesting a dimensional variance to install a pool with a separation distance of 7 feet from the existing deck, which is less than the required 10 feet, section 209-46.E. Before we continue, I would like Keith. Okay. I need you to spell your name, say your name and spell it for me, for our court reporter, and get sworn in, please.
Okay, it's Joanne Thompson, Joanne, Thompson, Thompson.
Christopher Thompson, Christopher, Thompson. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB1, along with the accompanying hardship letter. 2 will be a permit denial letter from Falls Township sent to the applicant. 3 is a site plan submitted with the application. 4 is an impervious calculation sheet. 5 will be proof that the property was posted. 6 will be the neighbor and applicant notification letter sent from Falls Township dated May 2nd. 7 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times showing this matter was published as required. That's all the board exhibits, and I'm satisfied the appropriate notices have been satisfied, and this matter can proceed.
Thank you, Keith. Go ahead.
We weren't actually prepared to speak, so sorry.
Yeah, no. The paperwork that was sent in was based on the variance for the pool and the distance between the pool to our deck to the house, which we had to change originally because from the property line / above it, the power lines was 10 feet. So we had to swap the 7 feet and the 10 feet. So we switched it so that the power lines above the property line was measuring now from the property line 10 feet to the edge of the pool. And then from the other side of the pool, it measures 7 feet from the edge of the pool to the house porch, floating deck. But the way everything was written up, it was kind of confusing because it made it seem like it's coming here for the pool deck. So I was quite confused as of yesterday.
Okay. Matt, can you please jump in here and explain things for us?
So the ordinance requires a separation distance between a pool and any accessory structures within the backyard. The pool deck that's attached to the pool, the deck, if you're looking at your plan, it says deck, and that's the piece that's attached to the pool. That's 7 foot 4 inches from the rear property line. That deck is in compliance. It only has to be 6 feet from the property line. So the only concern we have is the actual separation distance from the pool, what they're calling an open patio slab, which also contains a gazebo. So that 7 foot separation distance they have is required to be 10 feet. But because they have electrical wires, the electrical code requires that pool be 10 feet from those wires, which forced them to push this pool closer to the house.
Thank you. I'm going to open up for board comment. Chris?
I have none.
Nastasha?
I have none.
Bill?
No, I have none.
Aaron?
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. You know, if to have the 10-foot setback from your patio slab, you'd be 7 feet away from the power line. You're not going to get away from that.
Yeah,
You
no.
know, so it's, something's got to give
Yeah.
for that pool to be that size. It looks like a prefab pool. Your other option would have been to get a smaller pool.
Right.
But, yeah, I think no questions here.
So was the pool there first, before the gazebo and what we're talking about?
No, after.
So the pool was already there?
Yeah, the gazebo, that was already there.
The gazebo was there. The gazebo was there, and then we had gotten,
And then you put the pool in
yes,
after the fact? Okay.
yes,
I was just going to clarify that because, like you said, it's a little bit confusing.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the whole time it was, when we were going back and forth, we were talking about the deck off the back of the house, and they were talking about the pool deck, but it was never said in any of
Yeah.
the paperwork, pool deck.
Yeah, so it was,
So it confused
I kept
us.
following through with the pool to the house DIY deck that we have. That was my thing. So when I wrote up my hardship letter for, with my mother-in-law having Parkinson's and our dog, it was for that deck, not the pool deck.
I understand. I saw the pictures and I'm like, I get it now. You were talking about something on the back of your house,
Yeah.
not the pool deck.
Right.
Okay.
So it was a complete confusion, I think, when we were talking, but I guess because nobody stated pool deck, so I just kept going for that because I was the one that was there when the guy came in.
I understand. I was looking at the hardship letter and the pictures and I'm thinking, how does this help somebody?
Exactly, I'm like, this is like a non-void, it doesn't even go with it.
Okay, I get it.
Okay. Do I have any public comment? Do I have anything else from the township?
Nothing from the township.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Sure. I move that the application of Christopher and Joanne Thompson requesting a dimensional variance from Section 209-46E of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to install a pool with a separation distance of 7 feet from the existing deck, which is less than the required 10 feet at the property located at 736 South Olds Boulevard, Fairless Hills, PA 19030, as depicted on the plans and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Thank you, Aaron. Do I have a second?
Second.
Aaron, can you please pull the board?
Yep. Bill,
Yes.
Nastasha,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Laney,
Yes.
and I'm a yes.
Your petition has been granted. You'll be receiving something from the township. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, have a great night.
And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
It's kind of early.
So moved. Do I have a second?
Moved, seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everybody.
Yep, thanks all.
Good night.